Hi, this is Mr. Barron. I want to show you a problem that's in Chapter 16 dealing with acid-base equilibrium. It's a shortcut for predicting the pH of salts that are aqueous. I'm going to be doing problem number 86, although 85 was assigned in the book for our problems on our homework set. 85 I'm not going to show you, but 86 is almost identical to it, and this is going to be a shortcut that's going to help you solve problems like it in the future. All right, so let's begin with A, which is CrBr3. My shortcut begins with taking the cation, which is chromium, and then pairing it with hydroxide. Now, don't worry about the ratio of hydroxide ions to chromium ions on this. What we're doing is this is just doing a trick so that we can predict whether this salt, when dissolved in water, is acidic, basic, or neutral. Now, take the anion and pair it up with hydrogen. Then what you do is you analyze each of these and you go, is this a strong base or is this a weak base? Well, it's a hydroxide, but it's paired with chromium, which makes it a weak base actually. Only the alkali metals are strong bases, as well as the lower alkaline earth metals, like strontium and barium. And hydrogen bromide here is actually a strong acid. Don't forget, it's only HF that's the weak acid in the halogens. So HBr is a strong acid. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see how these two interact with one another. Weak base versus the strong acid. Well, the strong is going to beat the weak. Therefore, this, when dissolved in water, is going to be an acidic solution. Take, for example, say it was strong base, strong acid. It would have been neutral because they balance each other out. Weak base, weak acid, balance each other out, would have been neutral. If it was a strong base and weak acid, it would have been a basic solution. Let's do a couple more. This is just a much easier way of figuring out whether something is going to be acidic, basic, or neutral. I'm going to do B now. This was A in that problem. B is L lithium iodide, LiI. All right, so I'm going to pair up the Li with hydroxide like I did the chromium in the previous one, so LiOH. And I'm going to pair up the iodine with a hydrogen. LiOH is a strong base. Hi is a strong acid. So when these two interact with one another, this would form a neutral solution. That would be your answer. So when LiOH, or when Lii, lithium iodide, dissolves in water, it actually forms a neutral solution. Let's do the next one. Let's do C. All right, on C we have potassium and phosphate. So we have K3PO4. All right, I'm going to pair up the potassium with hydroxide. I'm going to pair up the phosphate with hydrogen. And here we go. This is a strong base. This one over here is a weak acid. Therefore, when these two interact with one another, forms a basic solution. This will always work, this shortcut of pairing up the cation with hydroxide and pairing up the anion with a hydrogen, and then identifying whether they're strong or weak, and then imagine the two combining together, and the net result, here's the three possibilities that you have. If you have any other questions, please let me know.